Found some pots so that I could pot up some of the seeds I started in the house. I brought some of them out because they're getting leggy. What is this? Bell's Virulin. Look how leggy that is. Next to the tomatoes who have been out for a little longer. Put it up higher. So anyway, getting there. Good Lord. This is Robin's backyard garden. Garden Extra. Lots of moving parts. Last year we moved Greenhouse 1 forward and over to make room for Greenhouse 2 behind it. They do fit well together. But it did mess with my front because it's not lining up with the move. So I pretty much dug it up. And the stage I'm at is putting things in the ground, kind of emptying out the greenhouse enough to continue working. So the time I wintered, and this is another type of lavender. It's a different kind. It's not zoned for my yard. It flowered last year. I don't really like the flowers. But anyway, I have it. It needs to go in the ground. And I need to mulch. So I can't get the leading up to the door perfectly straight without losing this side of the flower bed. I don't want to lose this. I want to keep it the way it is. I might be able to stretch it a little bit further this way as we go, but anyway, beside time, I have time. It needs to go in the ground. I wintered it. This needs to come out. Amaranth. I could probably put that in the ground too. I think my rosemary can go there. I bought a little rosemary. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put those in the ground and I'm going to get a wheelbarrow full of mulch. That looked pretty. We'll clean it up. Table's a little crooked. And crooked things make me crazy. I will fix it. But I like it. That turned out nice. That works. I don't want to change more than I have to. I moved the rosemary over to the side though, because I don't want where I'm walking to be too squishy. And I want it to have room to get big. See, my walkway here is a little squishy. I don't have to leave this shelf here. I just didn't like it where it was. So the plants are a lot happier after I put them in the ground. So, you know, a month from now, these are all going to be perky and happy and growing. See if we can fix this. That's crooked. I have peppers planted in the ground on both sides. I also have sweet peas, a couple of weed trees. So basically I need my table in greenhouse 1 to be able to work. And I need space. You can see some nice sweet peas going on back there. Anyway, without heat, I would have lost my peppers. There's 6 of them in the ground, and I need the extra space. Spinach in the milk jug. It's too cold, really, to plant them. I mean, I can put a top over them, but, you know, I was waiting for them to get good and healthy looking before I put them out. I have those clear crates that I can switch to the lettuce and spinach. But anyway, I do have space in here now. The weather report said that we're going to have a colder than usual next 4 or 5 weeks. So whatever I do plant is going to have to be protected. I can use the top of the milk jugs for my squash, butternut squash. So I dug up and loosened a spot for the lettuce. And I put the spinach in the ground. I have the tubs I can use when it's cold. The things that I'm using the tubs for now, I mean, they're in the weather, they can handle it, but these are new. The weather's not great. Got a couple warmer days and then it's cold again. This is a marshmallow plant. This is the one that I was growing inside. So that one came up on its own, so I'm going to find a spot for this one because I got to clean up space in both greenhouses. Onions are up. Those are bulbs. Those aren't onions. Oh, I've got onions over there. One that I wintered and one that I started in the fall. So for me, gardening doesn't stop. It continues. It's going in the ground there. It's windy today. If I can find something big enough, I'm going to cover that because it's not used to so much wind. A pot that you buy plants in, a bigger one, upside down with rock on it. Do you guys remember the Swiss chard I planted when it was really small? It's been protected a lot. This is one of the things that I was using the plastic crates for that I don't have to use anymore. That'll be fine. Onions. The bunching onions that I wintered. These went to seed. This is that baby choy. I'm going to give that to the chickens. This is also baby choy, but it was outside. It wasn't in the greenhouse. This one was in the greenhouse. They bolt. Brussels sprouts. That's what's flowering. I pulled some off of those not that long ago and ate them. Ended up using a bucket because it was handy. It was sitting in front of the greenhouse too. Covered up the rest of the onions that I started last fall. Watered a little bit. You can see the peppers now. To move stuff out of my way. And the peas. Last year in the fall, the mice did eat my sweet peas. Helicopters. They're everywhere. So I have 3 peppers on each side that are starting to come back. I have the hose out here, but anyway. Alternate. Just don't want it to dry out. I moved these from the garden, vegetable garden, and it's got its first buds, chamomile. It's the broom corn. I think that's the second try at broom corn. I cooked mine when I was on vacation. I don't know if I dried it out or saturated it, trying not to dry it out. I think I saturated it. It wasn't draining. So I was overcompensating for not being home, overwatering. So anyway, broom corn's going in along the fence. I'm just going to do one row because of our temperatures being, so I got a half a row. Still have space. Seems like it's doing okay with no help from me. These are the root balls from last year's broom corn that I have to take out of the ground as I'm planting. They're huge. They're hard to get out. I have a dried out seed head. They were so much prettier. I'm going to pull my ashwagandha out, put them in greenhouse 2 so I can keep a better eye on them. It's hard to keep an eye on stuff under that table. Oh, I was going to say they look in decent shape, but I think I see a spider mite web right there. So I could spray it with the hose. I'll have to turn it on. So when I was inspecting, I did spray this off really good with the hose, and I went and grabbed some neem premix. I usually mix neem and soap myself, but they didn't have any. I found aphids. I was looking at a pepper. I have a pepper. This is chili peppers. This is a chili pepper. But I'd seen aphids on the top, on the new leaves. So I sprayed it with the hose. I sprayed it with the neem. I have to be careful with neem because I have burnt leaves before using it. And I found scale. This is the olive tree that was in the overflow. And it was up high. I did see this and I was thinking it was something else. I have another plant that has leathery leaves like this that gets the scale. But anyway, I sprayed it good. The weather's just not been good enough to put these out and leave them out. This and the lemon tree. They're big, they're heavy, and I can't move them in and out. So I moved them to greenhouse 2. That way I can just leave them. Yeah, I have to friggin' wipe every single one of these leaves. A few at a time. And probably spray it again later. Okay, so we got scale, which, you know, it's not something I deal with a lot. Aphids I deal with a lot on peppers. Spider mites periodically. Anyway, lemon tree's happy. I have found nothing wrong with the lemon tree. This is the lemon tree I seeded. It has not bloomed. It's not going to bloom in the stairway. It doesn't get enough good light. So now that it's in greenhouse 2, maybe could happen. So, okay. It's nice having both greenhouses to work with. I've got sweet potatoes planted underneath the table. Those I wintered, and when I put them in the ground, I don't know, a week or so ago, they had little sweet potatoes on them already. So I got the bottom of the table cleared off. Problems solved. Look how pretty that is. These need to be dealt with. These need to be separated again. There's another one that's a really pretty color. This one's a really pretty color. I have spots in the yard where this red burgundy color is not going to fit. I'll keep that in mind when I'm repotting these. So the repotting, I've been cleaning first so I can stand to be in here gathering pots to seed corn. And I really want to put some of the squash in the ground. The acorn and what else? Butternut. Butternut I think is still in the house. But if I only have one, I can't do that because I don't want to lose it. I'm going to cover it with the top of a milk jug so it has protection because our weather's so wonky. That is King Tut. King Tut's coming back to life back there in the corner, but this is cool. Like, that's coming up. I mean, there's stuff coming out the top of it. It's an old flower from winter. I changed the front. I moved the blue over to this side and I found another one of these. I'm not sure what that is. Seeds from the wild. They're somewhat evergreen. Semi-evergreen. They get kind of not looking great at the end of the winter, but at the beginning they stand up nice. So it looks better. Adding some blue to this side. I put the thyme over here where I was talking about stretching it out. Can stretch it out a little more this way. And that'll be fine for this year. And then maybe next year I can get the path straight. Maybe not. I don't mind it being crooked because it kind of looks good. It's straight at this front and it's straight at the door. The middle makes it work. It's fine. It's fine. Strawberry flowers everywhere. They're pretty. I have one blueberry bush that's looking quite fine. That's not the one. This one was moved here last year. It's looking quite fine. I used to have shelves over here and this shelf was kind of on top of it. So I had to move it over here. And then, you know, of course that starts to clean up. I cleaned under here, under there. Now I can clean over here more because I can get to it. English daisies. Had a hard time getting them started, but they do spread and reseed. So they're not quite where I put them when I started, but I still have some. I love them. They can do cold weather. They're cute. Gonna get down to 35. I'm kind of chilly. But if I dress warm, I'm hot, so. Columbine. So I had one columbine in here, I think a year or two ago, that did so well that I decided to add more. They reseed, so when I find a baby one that doesn't belong, I put it over here. Found the ducks.